What is up guys, it's Cal, and now for months we've been getting small nuggets of information regarding the burning of Teldrassil and what happens on both the Alliance and Horde fronts that tie into that story, because it isn't fully playable on the beta yet, even though it's supposed to be a pre-patch event, followed by the Battle for Lordaeron, which is the Alliance's assault on Lordaeron that gets the gears in motion for Battle for Azeroth. But new information, new dialogue to be specific, has just been data mined, which I find to be very interesting. And this data mined dialogue is probably the most important dialogue yet, considering it lets us know the Horde's exact motivation for the Teldrassil attack. So I first want to sum up what has been known. The Alliance's first stop is Astranaar, where they notice that Forsaken forces have overran the place. You notice wisps fleeing towards Darkshore, so you follow them and find Malfurion Stormrage, who's already in a brawl with Sylvanas Windrunner. He has her rooted, and then the Horde forces start to charge Malfurion, so he raises a wall of wisps to block their passage. Sylvanas retreats, and Malfurion tells the Alliance player to head to Darnassus to assemble the Darnasian forces, while he holds the fort down in southern Darkshore. The Horde finds a way to make the wisps come crashing down, and it's believed that their possession of Azerite empower their demolishers to do so. Saurfang then shows up, and Malfurion and him begin to fight. And it starts to seem like Malfurion actually has the upper hand, but Sylvanas pops out of nowhere, takes Malfurion by surprise, which ends up seriously wounding him. Sylvanas then tells Saurfang to finish him off and meet her at the World Tree. Her exact quote is, "Finish him and be done with it. Take a moment if you'd like, and then take his head. I'll meet you at the World Tree." Now Saurfang is an interesting character because he doesn't do that. At all, actually. He goes against what Sylvanas asked of him and didn't strike the killing blow on Malfurion, even though he could've. He seems to be the main member of the Horde who values honor and felt that it was too cheap to do so. And we actually saw the same act out of him during the Battle for Lordaeron scenario, which is playable on the beta, where Alliance players fight and defeat Saurfang there, and then he realizes that he's been beat, so he doesn't put up a fight when Anduin shackles him and brings him back to the stockades. Now, as Malfurion laid, mortally wounded, Tyrande Whisperwind comes to his aid. She asks Saurfang, "You didn't kill him. Why?" He then replies, "I struck without honor. I did not deserve to end him." Then this peaceful sentiment quickly ends with Tyrande saying, "You spared Malfurion, so I'll give you a choice. You can die trying to stop me from taking him away, or you can stay there lying in the dirt and live." So Saurfang replies with, "You have the same choice. You could take him back to Darnassus, and both of you will fall when we conquer it, or you could take him far away from here, and you'll both live." And then the Horde side of this quest has Saurfang tell the Horde player, "Come with me, champion. We must follow your war chief to victory." Notice the ellipses before victory. That is meant to be there, and shows more of Saurfang's character. Almost like deep down he realizes that this war may just cause useless bloodshed. But the Alliance side of this quest has Tyrande tell the Alliance player, "Champion, the war is lost. Teldrassil will soon fall. I'll tend to Malfurion's wounds. You must travel to Darnassus and ensure that the takeover is as peaceful as it can be." So Tyrande has essentially admitted defeat here, but I mean, what else can she do? It's the entire Horde fleet versus the Night Elves. And by the way, this entire time, Anduin's troops are heading to Darnassus, but Stormwind, as we know, isn't all that close to Darnassus. Now, something important to note about all this. The whole reason Sylvanas and Nathanos wanted this battle to begin with was because they wanted to wipe out the Alliance, or at least one of their faction leaders. They wanted to prevent a war before it even started, if you call this, well, preventing a war. So after this is all said and done, Sylvanas and Nathanos reflect, even stating that they weren't as successful as they originally planned to be, because they know that the Alliance is powerful enough to retaliate. Now I want to read to you all the dialogue word for word of what was recently data mined, and this data mined text may possibly answer some unanswered questions as to why the Horde attacked Teldrassil to begin with. "Time is not a luxury we possess, but I respect your desire to know more. This has forever altered the balance of power in Azeroth. Deposits of Azerite are being located across the world, champion. Though we do not yet understand its full potential, it's clear that this substance has vast destructive capability. What will war look like in 20 years? In 100? How can the Horde hope to defend its borders if the Alliance controls the flow of Azerite? What is certain is that the Alliance will use Darnassus as a safe harbor for funneling Azerite into the Eastern Kingdoms. Anduin Wrynn will build powerful new weapons, and sooner or later he'll turn them upon our homelands. First he'll strike at the Undercity and Silvermoon, and his gaze will fall upon Kalimdor. For the sake of the Horde's future, we must be the first to act. By occupying Darnassus, we will control the flow of Azerite and ensure it cannot be used against us. The Alliance will not dare attack its own city for fear of harming civilians. With a single stroke, we will guarantee generations of peace. The Caldori will defy our occupation unless we break their spirits. We must inflict a blow that will show them what is at stake. They need to lose something. Someone in whom they have absolute trust and faith. A symbol of hope. The Dark Lady narrows her eyes. Malfurion Stormrage must die. So with all that being said, this obviously takes place prior to the burning of Teldrassil, but it raises more questions. Through this dialogue, it seems like her main purpose was not to burn down Teldrassil, but only control it. She believed Anduin would use it as a port to funnel Azerites to Stormwind, create great weapons to take over all of Eastern Kingdom, and then finally take over all of Kalimdor. And Darnassus is the perfect opening point for said attack, considering it's the only Alliance major city over there, well, besides Exodar obviously. Now, did she actually want to burn down Teldrassil from the beginning? Or was it just a spur of the moment thing? Or did someone else order the attack perhaps? Nathanos maybe? Who knows? But I'm curious to know what you guys think of all of this. You can leave in the comments below, and I'll keep you guys up to date with any more dialogue that comes out. But anyways guys, that's the entire video. If you liked it, you can leave a like on it. You can sub to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.